We have made it, ladies and gentlemen. The start of our $500 February sub tournament. This is going to be our round of 32, folks. We had 18 teams sign up for this tournament. So we've got to start with a round of 32 and a round of 16. This will be the first game of the tournament. Teams competing for the majority of that $500 prize. On the left-hand side, your blue team, folks, that is going to be your W Key Warriors, Farse, Captain Dorcas, Bearded Boyo, Mini Ozzy, and Time Bandit, the winner of last month's tournament. And on the right side, we have RaeRae's Sweet 16, Unstable, 4 Tomahawk Warrior, Tweaker the Great, and Mike, ladies and gentlemen. So, into the picks and bans we've got Haim and Persephone banned out from our boys in blue. We've got Thor and Yamoja banned out from the red squad. Very standard bans right now. In fact, this is basically going straight in line with meta picks and bans, actually, in terms of high-end ranked. There's a Bastet ban. If we're going to wrap up the high-end rank bans, we're going to see Odin taken out, which wouldn't surprise me at all. That would be basically exactly the bans that you are seeing in basically Diamond Plus is basically that. I think I've got the names backwards on here because that's just how that works. I think RaeRae's Sweet 16 are actually going to be there, and this is going to be the W Warriors. Fantastic. Those teams are backwards. Now that'll be good when we get in game. They're still waiting on that third ban. It's going to be a Thanatos ban coming out from RaeRae's squad. Not very often you see that. Farse going to go ahead and take the opportunity with Odin being left open. He's just going to snag that pick. He's not even going to think about it. Instantly going to lock it in. Itsunami coming out from Stable. I love that pick. Itsunami is the second best hunter in the game right now, behind Haim Dollar, who is basically always banned. So you never have to worry about playing him because he's never going to get through the picks and bans. Odin can do pretty well, though, against Itsunami, because if Odin cages Itzy, even if she dashes out to go in stealth, the spear will hit her. So, and a Scylla pick. Love Scylla right now. She's a very good mid laner. Not quite the highest tier. I would say probably Kukulkan, stuff like that. A little bit more clear heavy gods are a little stronger. Maybe even a Hera. But still definitely one of my top favorite mids right now. Xing Chen coming out. A lot of people that don't play ranked might not know this, but Xing Chen is widely considered at a top level right now the best support in the game. He gets banned quite a bit at a top level, even in the first round. He is very much considered the top support right now at high-level gameplay. And a Vulcan coming in. Vulcan can be a little scary against Scylla in the late game because that Vulcan turret can get you rooted, which is super awkward. But in the early stages of the game, it can block the root, which is super helpful. So it just depends on how that matchup goes and who gets to higher levels first. Got a mid and an ADC over there, and they're wrapping up their solo laner with a Bellona. Bellona, very strong right now. She does have the option of going tankier builds or the auto-attack Bellona build with, your Frostbound Hammer, your Berserker Shield. Very annoying, very effective. So we'll have to keep an eye on Tomahawk's build throughout this game. It might not be for Tomahawk. That he might not be solo laning, but... Now into our second round of bans, ladies and gentlemen. Cupid ban coming out. I actually like that. Cupid does really well against Itsunami. Like, really, really well because she doesn't have any CC immunity on her ultimate. It is quite problematic for her. Even for somebody like Scylla. Scylla is forced to use her ulti to get out of that. So I actually like that ban a lot. Back over to Blues Squad, thinking about what their fourth ban is going to be. Right now, I like both squads a lot. Sir Catban, pretty standard jungler right now. She loves the crit that she's able to buy, like Malice. Love it on Sir Cat. Camazot's great, man. Camazot's widely considered one of the best solo laners. He's also a great flex pick for the jungle. He can play both roles very well. There's a reason why he'll be getting nerfed on February 25th, and that is because his sustain is super strong, particularly when you build the Chad shield on top of his kit. It becomes just incredibly annoying. And a Geb ban. Geb, generically a good support right now. Not as popular as somebody like a Xing Tian, but good nonetheless. Would not be surprised to see that Mercury locked in. Mercury, very, very strong in this crit meta. He loves ulting into somebody and then role-playing as One Punch Man. Time Bandit thinking about the Hebo. We've seen him play it before. Now, the real question is he going to pick himself a god right now for himself? Is he going to pick a god and take the Odin into the jungle? Right now, he's hovering over some of the gods that he played in the tournament last month. He did play a Morrigan jungle. He did play a Hebo jungle. He did play Vamana. He had a fairly large god pool in the previous tournament. And he's going to go with the Morrigan. I actually like this pick a lot here for him. One, he's a good Morrigan player. Two, now they have either double Odin ults or double Xing Tian ults. Either way, very, very effective against the enemy team. You have the double Odin ult for the Mercury if you want to keep them tracked. You've got the double Xing Tian ult if they've got their beads down from a previous Xing Tian ult. But Athena actually locked in over there at the end. Great map rotations. Gonna be great setup for Scylla. Allows her to easily follow up with the Root Crush combo or the ultimate. Become a big old monster over there. Both teams are very strong, actually. I don't think I give this lead over to either team in terms of their picks and bans. I wouldn't be surprised if both of these teams had scrimmed, actually, before this day, because these picks and bans were very, very efficient. It feels like both teams got the gods that they want to play. And that they were comfortable with. We see some bans coming out like the Cupid, which they knew was going to be a good pick against the Itsunami. We've got the standard high-level ranked bans out here, which makes me think that they've been playing a lot of ranked as well to prepare for this tournament. I think if you have to pick a favorite going in, I think it's hard not to just pick Time Bandit's team. I think he proved himself to be the MVP of the last tournament. And so rooting against him would definitely be dangerous. But boy, golly, is that a good team comp he's going to have to go against. It's not going to, this ain't going to be free. So the one problem is going to be this Odin. If Odin gets big early, that's going to be a problem. His base damage is very strong. He can be pretty good. In fact, very good into Mercury. He's got the stun. He can land the jump combo on him with the shield for the one shot. He can trap him in the cage and keep him in there. So this is going to be very interesting to see how Unstable does deal with that. There's a delay, right? Yes. So in spectating games, there is a 3-minute delay. So basically the picks and bans go through in live time, and then there's a 3-minute delay until it pulls you into the match, is how spectating in Smite works. That is how it works, my friend. So we're just waiting ourselves here to get pulled into this match. I'm going to go ahead and get myself over in this left-hand corner so I can just be ready once we get inside. I do believe I've got the team names right. I believe it's W key, friendly team. Yep, they're W key. And then enemy team, RaeRae's Sweet 16. We got that all right. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that? It's to prevent stream sniping. I guess competitive sniping, I guess it's not stream sniping, but is to prevent, like, say, a coach or a sub from spectating the game and being like, okay, they've got a ward here, here, and here. Okay, they're looking at the fire giant right now. You know what I'm saying? Is to prevent that from happening. So that way, if somebody is spectating, because it's 3 minutes behind, you don't know where any ward placements currently are because the wards have run out. You don't know any of that kind of stuff. Especially back when all of like the competitive games were online, and to an extent, things like minor league and all that are still all played online. So you obviously wouldn't want, basically cheating happening. So that's basically that. Man, both of these teams are strong, though. We've seen a lot of good Hachi Man play. All right, we're getting pulled in. We've seen a lot of good Hachi play in the last tournament. He was actually one of the best, if not the best, win ratio hunter in that last tournament. All right, we've got the bands in the top left and the top right. We've got the players getting loaded in. We've got the Gold Fury timer, the Fire Giant timer. All of this is looking good and dandy. We can shift U to get rid of those trees. Fantastic. We go to items over here. We can get these guys all lined up. It's going to be Vulcan and Scylla in the mid lane. Get our ADCs down here. I don't know why it's changing everybody around. Hunters. I guess we'll do support, mid, jungle, solo. That looks to be right, unless anybody does anything crazy to surprise me. In the old P's and B's, we got the Odin Warriors Blessings. Scylla, you change your location again. I don't know why that thing does that, but it does. All right. Let's get into it, folks. The first of our February tournament, 18 teams competing for the grand prize of $500. Ladies and gentlemen, is at stakes here. One team will make it to the round of 8, and one team will go home. We've got the W Key Warriors, baby. It's Time Bandit over there. He is a winner of the previous month's tournament, so keep an eye on him in the jungle. Got some great players over on RaeRae's Sweet 16. Oh, a little bit of America. Look at that, folks. Already playing to the crowd. How does he do it? Athena was looking like she might put a little bit of pressure there over onto the duo lane. She was just putting out a deep ward. Our solo laner is sitting here looking at each other. Nothing too crazy right now. Vulcan threw down that turret over here on the speed buff to make sure he got credit so he could go to the mid wave and start clearing this ASAP. Very common Vulcan start. As far as the builds go, both Vulcan and Scylla opting for that Chronos pendant start. It is probably the most popular start right now in the game. It'll be interesting to see if anybody starts to break out the lifesteal builds. Hunter's Blessings from both of our ADC boys. I particularly like Hunter's Blessing on Itsunami just because she's so good at clearing the wave. We've seen a lot of early duo action as well early in these tournaments. This will be the first game, actually, of the tournament for Season 7 as well. The January tournament was on the Season 6 map, so this will be the first time we see strategies, builds, all sorts of stuff come out for Season 7 for the very first time. So it's going to be a lot of who's been playing, who knows what's going on more than others. An immediate invade of the red buff coming out for W Key Warriors. Going to go steal that. That's a big play. They've opted not to go for that small Harpy camp. They're just going to let that keep on going. Going to go get their own red buff. Time Bandit going for the most efficient farm possible right now. A little bit of action over in the duo lane as Xing Tian and Hachi move forward. Quite surprised that they've got pressure in this lane over an Itsunami, but they're probably going for a little bit more PvP action than they are PvE action right now. As Xing Tian has a lot of pressure as a support in the duo lane. There's a reason why he's popular. His one also makes it very hard to clear with that debuff on it. Over in the solo lane, we've got Odin and Bellona just beating on each other. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bellona win this matchup, particularly in the early game. As you can see, Tomahawk Warrior is a very good player, and Bellona known for her early game bullying with that hammer clear. Once Odin gets a little bit more leveled up, I think he's going to be more of a problem in these team fights. But as far as the laning department goes, I wouldn't be surprised to see Odin lose a little bit of experience and gold in that lane. In fact, so much so, we see Tomahawk trying to go for the invade, but he seems to be suspicious that the jungler is there, and Time Bandit is there. So that is a a pretty good read there from Bologna, playing it safe. Now he's trying to bait out. It looks like Odin's trying to make a little baity bait here for Bologna to get picked off. It's going to be looking good. That's a great stun coming out from Time Bandit, coming in from the stealth. Will they have enough damage to finish off Tomahawk? They will not. Odin was out of mana, unfortunately. Morrigan just not able to get out the DPS. Mercury blinked into the mid lane, you can see, but it looks like he missed his dash. Scylla dashing in, though. She's not going to miss anything. And first blood will go to Scylla in the mid lane for RaeRae's Sweet 16. Nice job, Ladoma, on that first blood. You love to see a Scylla on your team with first blood, folks. You absolutely love to see it. You hate to see it right now. If you're Time Bandit, you're going, ooh, boy. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe, that looks like that might have been a misclick. Oh, that looks like that might have been a misclick. A little bit of nerves possibly coming out from Bandit. Maybe he feels the pressure on him this tournament after being the MVP of the January tournament. Maybe he thinks there's a lot on his shoulders that he has to show up because people are expecting it. Just a little bit of misclicks there. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the last of his mistakes, though, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe he's just getting them out of the way nice and early. You gotta love them getting it out of the way early, though. Everybody just kind of back to farming. As far as stats right now, you can see everything's pretty even. Just a little gold lead, little XP lead. Pretty much not relevant right now at the 4-minute marker. Bologna, once again, with the constant pressure over here in solo. We've expected that. She is keeping that pressure up. If Odin is not careful about his mana pool, he could find himself 1v1. Bologna's going to go for it. She's going to use the ulti. She's going to get a sweet hammer onto him. Unfortunately, just not quite able to get the last auto attack or two that would have taken him down. Vulcan pressing up his luck in the mid lane. He's gotten ganked here before, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Both junglers coming to contest these Harpies. Unstable might find himself in a bit of a problem right here, getting some solid damage on him down to half HP. Time Bandit does not have his ulti, though. He had used it earlier, as we remember, and so he cannot finish up that kill. Not bad poke, though. Nothing wrong with getting poke. I think a lot of the times you'll see in these tournaments, people get poked out. You don't get a kill, but that's okay. Poking somebody out means that he gets to go over these oracles. Now we get to level from the oracles that Mercury couldn't get because Mercury had to back to base. Nothing wrong with poke, particularly in Season 7, where farm is so crucial. Kills are way less important than making sure that the enemy is not farming. So a back from the enemy can oftentimes be just as efficient as killing them. Huge damage onto the solo lane tower from Tomahawk over here with the Bologna. Really abusing that early Bologna bully right now. Bearded Boyo is going to have to try to make it up in the team fights with those ultimates. Presumably Odin will get a blink as his second active so that he can put pressure onto the Mercury and characters, you know. Mercury will have no choice but to try to counter blink out, and it's almost impossible to counter blink out of stuff. Odin throw down the ulti, but nothing's going to happen here. But something might happen over here to Unstable as he gets caught out by the Xingtian and the Athena. The Athena ult comes in to try to save him. Xingtian, ooh, Time Bandit uses the ulti. He's not able to catch up yet, but he does get the kick right to his face. Takes down Mercury with Mercury. That's a little bit BM. Great ulti coming out from Time Bandit again as that Mercury, making up for those plays earlier. We thought he would. Scylla not able to land the root or the crush, but she is going to find herself dashed out. Good try from the Athena to save her Mercury. Unfortunately, not able to save him and finds herself falling as well. Good 2 kills for the W Key Warriors. Going to grab themselves a bit of farm for their trouble as well. And now they have evened this game back up. RaeRae's Sweet 16 had a little small lead there until that moment. But now it's just going to be, look at that, 700 XP difference for the boys in blue, 500 for our red squad. That's straight even. Nothing there yet. Itsunami and Hachi both seem pretty content to just farm the waves. They don't need to do anything crazy. Odin going a little bit aggressive over here. Bologna go a little bit aggressive over there, but it's still later. Nothing's going to happen. So Mercury comes to take a look at that mid lane, maybe get a little kickoff. Everybody a little scared right now. Time Bandit trying to go aggressive back into the solo lane on the Tomahawk Warrior. Odin gets some good damage off, but it's going to be hard, man. It's going to kill this Bellona. In fact, Time Bandit's given up on the kill and instead decided that him just going and farming the jungle is going to be a more efficient use of his time. It probably is going to be a more efficient use. I would be surprised if this became a kill, but they got him under tower with the stun. Great stun under tower from Time Bandit. Great bait from Bearded Boyo right there to bring him all the way back into that tower range. Gets the extra damage off. Mercury looking for the ultimate. He's going to slap right down onto Bearded Boyo, who went ahead and stayed too long, got a little bit greedy, wanted to get a little bit of extra farm, and he is going to find himself back into the fountain because of his discrepancies for the minions. Over in the dual lane, farming. They are very content. They're being gentlemen. You farm, sir. No, 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 no. You farm. No, sir. No. You can farm. Very nice of them to go ahead and just sit about and AFK farm. Nothing wrong with that. 3 kills for our WK Warriors here at the 8-minute, almost 9-minute marker. 2 for RaeRae's Sweet 16. As far as farm goes along the map, we can take a gander at these levels. ADCs are even. Support down 1 level for RaeRae's Sweet 16. Mid laners are even. The biggest XP differential right now is going to be in that jungle role. We see Time Bandit has a 2-level lead over Unstable right now. Very scary to start seeing Morrigan's build up an XP lead. That can become very bad very quickly. Surprisingly, though, Tomahawk Warrior actually a little bit down in the XP department over in the solo lane. Even after he did so good in that early game, wasn't quite enough. He's going to find himself pushed forward again as the Athena ult comes in for Mercury, which actually might be really well timed. He's opted to go for Morgan. They've split on the different targets, which is going to be problematic for them. If they would have chosen the same target, they might have been able to have enough DPS out. Morgan showing his face again. He misses the stun this time. Gets a good Athena taunt. Xingtian comes over. Gets the whirlwind out onto 2. Scylla comes with the ulti, though. She gets the reset. She lands it. Does not land the second one. Mercury dashing back in. Time Bandit as Merc looking for the ulti on other Merc, and he gets it. So far, a good fight for the WK Warriors. But Scylla is not done yet. She's getting in there trying to find something. Unfortunately, all she finds is a meatball to the dome. And that's going to be the end of that fight. Actually ends up being a 2-for-2 right there. Merc and Bellona down, Xingtian and Odin down. I'd put it slightly in the favor of the WK Warriors because they got Bandit just a little bit more XP'd up, a little bit leveled up. And I feel like that's going to be beneficial in the long run. But overall, a pretty even fight right there from both squads. Ladoma really showing good work here. 3-0 on Scylla. Has that 30% CDR if you look at his build from the Chronos Pendant and the cooldown boots. That's a big deal. Vulcan has the same thing, but he hasn't had quite the same presence in the fight yet, particularly because he is down 2 levels. The level lead that they have in the jungle, they are losing in that mid lane, which means that the XP overall is basically even. You see only a 1,500 XP difference right now for the WK Warriors. We had a little fight over there in the dual lane, but now we're having a little fight over there in the mid lane. Hachi going to find himself picked off. Good Athena Itsunami play over in the dual lane, while the support had rotated here. Xingtian to mid lane. Athena making sure she's over in that duo lane, helping out with the Itsunami to grab that kill. Very nice. Itsunami going to get that first real lead over here in the duo lane. Over in the solo lane, it seems that our Odin has finally taken control of this lane. He had lost it long enough, but Mercury's going to find himself ulting over. Oh, Odin jumped. That's going to be the end of his life. That was an unfortunate timed jump right there. As soon as he saw it, the Mercury had a real easy peasy lineup. Easy kill, no problems. This tower could prove problematic for Tomahawk. He thought he was going to get it for free, but Morgan had rotated all the way over. He's going to find himself stunned, taking a lot of damage. Bandit doesn't have his ultimate up, though, and Mercury is going to be there for the peel. This could go either way in this 1v1. Time Bandit's low, but he's going to have the ulti up. He's going to go ahead and turn into Mercury. That's not who I would have turned into. I would have hopefully tried to turn into like a, woo, not a great Mercury ult right there, trying to get himself away. He was a little bit scared he was going to get kicked in the head. But he will find himself out of that. The preferred target there to turn into was definitely something more like an Odin, so you could trap him and jump out and be fine. Over in the dual lane, they might get a little bit of action going over here. We saw Itzy already get the pressure with the Athena earlier. They're not going to quite find anything. Athena looking for a taunt possibly in the mid lane. A little bit of poke for Scylla. They're not going to get anything off. Oh, just a little bit off on the root and the crush right there. But a good idea coming out from Ladoma. Trying to get that damage onto Xingtian. A little lead here now for RaeRae's Sweet 16. They've got a 2K gold difference at 13 minutes. That's really not that big of a deal in Season 7. You could very easily see 6, 7, 8K leads right now. Xingtian moving his way over to find Itsunami. Not going to be able to get her. She dashes out. He does find the Athena in that. Mercury was blinking in to look for that Hachi in the back line, but he's not going to find it. Xingtian finds himself now out of position, though. He had already used his jump to get in there. Ooh, Mercury has his ulti up. Will he find Hachi? He does not. By the hair of Hachi's chinny chin. Will he avoid that Mercury ult? My goodness. That was a great idea. Very close. We see Time Bandit trying to see if he can get a pick off here. He wants the Mercury. He doesn't want Athena. He was actually trying to grab those oracles. Looks like neither team got them, so they actually split those 1-1. But will he? Wow, great stun. Huge damage coming out from Morgan right there. Wow, that was incredible. Some poke coming out into the mid lane. Good poke from Captain Dorcas. The ultimate is actually great, and he'll find himself a 1v1 in the mid lane. Great play there from Vulcan. Fantastic ulti on top of Scylla's dash, making sure that she had nowhere to go. That's the turnaround they need to see from their mid laner. Over in the solo lane, we see two warriors punching each other in the noggins, and nothing will probably happen unless a jungler rotates over. That's the story of the solo lane. He shoots, he scores! That's a, yeah, exactly. Touchdown. Touchdown, Vulcan. 37,000 gold for the W Key Warriors. 39,000 for RaeRae's Sweet 16. Nothing has taken this game too far out of control for either squad. Bellona's going to go straight for this tower. She will acquire it. Now that that tower's down, Odin actually is going to have to ulti to try to get himself out. But Bellona's going to be able to follow up with the ulti of her own. He gets the shield back up. Bellona might be able to wait on the 1 and the 3 here. She might dive all the way. She does try to hit him with the whip, but she does not find the kill. Odin escaping just barely once again. That's been the story of his life right now, is just kind of barely getting out of these engagements. And once again, we see Time Band over there by the solo lane. He's currently just getting the blue buff. Not going to go for that by himself. Everybody going back to their respective corners to farm. Gold Fury, Fire Giant, everything's still up. Nobody's gone for a big objective yet. Athena did get Morgan out of stealth and followed up with a good taunt. If Scylla can hit the root combo, she does not. Wasn't quite there in time. Huge Mercury kick, though, onto the Morgan right there. That was definitely a crit. Great dash coming out. Time Bandit going to find himself dead. He turned into Mercury again. He needs to find himself turning into tankier targets. Xingtian going to find himself with a great ultimate, getting the beads off of Scylla, throwing the Mercury, but they don't have the follow-up for it right now. Odin looking for the Mercury in the backline. Scylla lands the ultimate once again onto the Xingtian, gets the reset, hits the Odin with it as well. Does not follow up with the root, but does follow up with the crush combo. A lot of low HP boys on RaeRae's Sweet 16, but they've got the numbers if they can make it happen. Athena wants to follow up with a taunt. That's the beats. Aegis down on Vulcan. Great Scylla crush. There's the taunt. Can she follow it up with a root? We actually see the Gold Fury get soloed by Itsunami during that time. Not only do they win the team fight, great crush right there from Ladoma. They win the team fight, and oh my god, there's the Vulcan turret that we talked about later in the game. Turret becomes a liability against the Scylla because she hits the turret and it hits you, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic play out from RaeRae's Sweet 16. Great heads-up play from Tweaker coming out and getting himself a Gold Fury during all of that as well. And we're going to see the first significant lead of the game. 3,000 XP in terms of RaeRae's Sweet 16. 4,500 gold. Absolutely great plays right there from the entire squad. Great taunts. Great crit damage coming out from Mercury, and they have established the first lead here with 11 kills and quite a little bit of XP in gold in the lead. Scylla maintains her 2-level lead here. You see she's opted to go into one of my favorite Scylla builds which is the Chronos Pendant, Boots, into Karen's Coin. That gives you great cooldown, great penetration. You follow it up into the Pythags. Reminder that Pythags here, guys, in Season 7 does not give cooldown. It gives penetration nowadays. So she has 30% penetration. That Karen's Coin gives movement speed, so she's got bonus movement speed. Very solid build. We see a fight breaking out here in the mid lane. RaeRae's Sweet 16 is grouping now. They're going to start to try to push their lead. They might go group up around Portal. They might look for a little team fight here in the mid lane. They don't know it, but they do actually have the numbers right now. If they were to try and push this fight, they might not, though. They might just play it a little bit safer. They could throw some wards out here around the Fire Giant would be a good play, and then go for it. All they have to watch out for is that Vulcan ultimate, which they can definitely get the ward coverage out for. Scylla dashing in the mid lane, put herself in a little bit of an awkward spot. She's going to find herself poked for that. Over in the dual lane, though, we see Time Bandit rotating on Itsunami. Great Aegis beads coming out, but it will not be enough. That's the time you want to turn into Mercury. Itsunami finds herself with her actives down, so turn right into the Mercury so you can grab them, throw them right towards your Hachi. Easy peasy kill over there in the dual lane, and both actives down in Itsunami for the foreseeable future would allow them to get some more pickoffs going into that lane. They definitely needed that. That's going to slow down the pace of the game. For the WQ Warrior is going to give them enough time to get some farm going, maybe find some good pickoffs. Bellona ulting into the mid lane on the Vulcan. Betrayed by his own minions, he will find himself put down towards the Scylla. Man, the Scylla damage coming out is huge, ladies and gentlemen. But Scylla did dash in. She's going to find herself in trouble. Her ultimate is down. That's a good shell coming out from Athena to keep her alive. They did not finish off the Xing 10. Great stun coming out from Time Bandit in order to keep his Xing 10 alive right there. Scylla almost found herself in a bad spot because of that. But because the Odin isn't rotating, he's going to stay and get the tier 1 tower. But they didn't have enough people there to make the fight work. No dual lane rotation, no solo lane rotation. He will even out those towers there. But RaeRae's Sweet 16 will take the opportunity to go ahead and get the Pyromancer after this. Honestly, still a good trade for them. WQ Warriors are trying to minimize the damage right now, but that was still a win for RaeRae's Sweet 16. 2-level lead still for Morrigan in the jungle, but a 4-level lead, ladies and gentlemen, for Scylla in the mid lane. 7-1. Let's take a look at some damage charts right now. As far as total damage, 14,000 Bellona, 12,000 on Scylla. You can see where their carry is coming from right now. Pretty good damage, though, coming out from several folks, though, on WQ Warriors. They're definitely not out of it in that. They've got Morrigan, Odin, and Vulcan there tied for 3. So once you average out those damages, it's actually pretty even on both squads. But as far as gold goes this game, ooh, we got a stun coming out from Time Bandit onto Tweaker. We know his actives are down from earlier. That could be problematic. Itsunami tries to ulti him. Oh, but that was a weird Mercury ult. It did hit him, but barely, but he might actually be in trouble for that as the actual Mercury tries to follow up on him. That's going to be Morrigan's beads down for her trouble, but she did once again kill the Itsunami. Great play. We knew the beads and Aegis were down. We knew Itsunami was liable to get ganked again. She was deep in her own jungle, really wasn't out of position. They just needed to group up more as a team. Taunt not going to land onto the Xing 10. He's going to be able to jump right out of that. Use those sweet, sweet immunity frames that he has nowadays since it's a jump and not a dash anymore. And once again, WQ Warriors won't really get anything to come back off of that, but they do get themselves in a position to try to hold out. Gold Fury has been started from RaeRae's Sweet 16, already at half HP. Vulcan seems to know, but he's not going to be close enough with the ulti. Honestly, if it would have been about a second earlier and if he would have gotten himself a little bit closer standing there, it looked like he was afraid to get any closer than his red buff. So he's not going to be able to pick that up. That's once again, even though their Itsunami got picked off, you can see on the graphs here that gold difference, 4,200 in terms of RaeRae's Sweet 16. Luckily, though, for the WQ Warriors, their XP difference is 1,200 in their favor. This is because they've got slight leads in a couple of different roles. You can see the support up a little bit. You've got the jungler up, basically canceling out the mid role. So they are managing to find XP, even though they're down in gold. 4,000 gold at 22 minutes really isn't a big thing. It was a little bit more of a big deal 5 or 6 minutes ago when that lead started. But now they haven't pushed that lead any farther. Odin jumping into the solo lane. It's only the Bellona and the Athena here. I would be very surprised if they got any good damage on them. A use of Phantom right there that they actually might regret here in a minute when Odin's ultimate comes back up, or even if Morgan turned into Odin right there. They only have one Phantom. Unstable getting himself attacked once again by Bandit, but ooh, Bandit is going to find the kill. He's going to find himself return killed for that 1-to-1. That was a crit there on that kick, allowing him to pick up that kill. A little bit lucky. If it wouldn't have crit, he would have not killed the Mercury and he would have died for nothing. But once again, the Mercury transformations are dangerous, but they're working out for the most part. Athena getting herself into this fight. Odin jumping in. He doesn't have the cage up. That's a risky jump from the Odin with that Scylla there. Great Vulcan ult. Under 3. Not going to find a kill, but may prevent RaeRae's Sweet 16 from accomplishing anything more than those 2 kills. They might have been able to start the Fire Giant without that. Still looking for some more poke. Not going to find it. RaeRae's Sweet 16 knows that basically their only play is to look for a pickoff right now. If their Itsunami is up now, though, so now they've got 5 people, so they're going into the Fire Giant. WK Warriors have to know that this is happening, but they're burning it very, very fast with Itsunami with their crit and that huge Scylla XP lead. They're going to reset off of it looking for a fight. Athena's probably going to find herself into the floor. Not yet. She's not, because they've got the shell up. Scylla's going to miss the ultimate. Vulcan getting huge damage out onto Itsunami and Athena. Scylla's just not quite landing her abilities right now. Not going to be able to find it. And they're getting zoned off of this Fire Giant as the rest of the WK Warriors are respawning. We see Odin and Morgan back up. Morgan's back in the fight. They're going to find a kill on the Tomahawk Warrior. And now this could shift in the other direction. They stuck around for a little bit too long trying to get the Fire Giant without securing it. They opted to hop off of it and go for the fight. And then unfortunately, just too many abilities missed in that fight. Not going to allow them to find the win in the fight or the Fire Giant. 1 member down for RaeRae's Sweet 16 for another 30 seconds. We will see if WK Warriors decides to use this as a power play. They are grouped up around this Fire Giant. Morgan's on her way. 2 members of RaeRae's Sweet 16 over in the other side of the jungle for purple and red buff. If they looked for a fight right now, or a Pyromancer or something, this could be a good opportunity. Athena's shell is down. She used it in the last fight. Wow. Almost down to half HP from one little Morgan combo, but Scylla's going to get some huge damage off onto Morgan. That's her beat down as well. Athena will find herself dead for this massive Scylla ulti coming out, getting damage on this Vulcan and onto Odin. That is Vulcan's Aegis down, but he is still alive, and they cannot get to him. Scylla's dead inside that Odin cage. She can't get away. Tomahawk Warrior will teleport into the backline, though, and pick up that Vulcan. 1 for 2 trade right now in favor of the WK Warriors. Tomahawk Warrior going to keep going in. He's going to be by himself, though, against 4. Ulting in. He's no way he lives through this. Now it's a 2 for 2 trade. Excuse me, a 3 for 2. 3 for 1 trade because of how aggressive he just went in right there. Morgan has a lot of movement speed with that build. She's got the boot. She's got the Doom Orb. She's got the Karen's coin. That's going to give her a lot of opportunity to chase down people when they get out of these fights. Fire Giant is going to be started up. Not a guarantee, though. Tweaker and Unstable are within range if they decide to come in this way. They've only got 2 people doing the Fire Giant right now. They've got too many people to reset off. Itsunami tried to ulti in there to steal it, but it was too soon. She's got dash it. She might be able to get it. She does get it. Dashes in, gets the Fire Giant steal, and she gets a kill. She gets a second kill. The Athena ulti on Itsunami to keep her alive. The Odin goes down to triple quadra kill, and the Fire Giant steal from Tweaker the Great. Give me some tweakers in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Quadra kill, Fire Giant steal with the crit. It's Tsunami. Absolutely incredible play coming out. What a great dash into there. What a great Bloodforge proc on the kill. That could be the game if they so desire to go for these fights. It'd be pretty risky. They should be able to get themselves a Phoenix here. Just the Vulcan and Xing 10 will be up. They've still got 20-second timers. If I imagine they're going to get this mid Phoenix back up, go for a Gold Fury, reset. I'm sure they've got a lot of gold in hand right now. We see a Xing 10 Vulcan ult coming out. The Vulcan ult will land, actually. And the Xing 10 ult will land as well. Shell coming out from the Athena, trying to keep their Itsunami alive. It will for now. Itsunami does get the Phoenix and hasn't died yet. Barely going to get put down there at the end. But got the Phoenix, got the Quadra kill, got the Fire Giant. I would say Tweaker did enough. But now they've got all 5 members of the WK Warriors up. If we go ahead and look at things like gold in hand right now, we can see that RaeRae's Sweet 16 has so much gold in hand, so they need to back quickly. Time Bandit finding another pickoff onto Mike. That's going to be 2 people down for our red squad, and he is not done with this chase yet. This could be a bit of a counter problem right here. Great Aegis coming out from Ladoma to keep him alive through that Morgan stunt. Very well timed right there. Otherwise, he would have been dead. WK Warriors will have an opportunity to get some gold back. You can take a look at these graphs and see that massive deficit that they took from that. 5,000 experience, 8,000 gold. They're going to get some back from this Primal Fury. They might even be able to group up and get a T1 tower or something down. They might opt to just go for jungle buffs instead. Not bad at all, though. WK Warriors trying to minimize as much of this deficit as they can after that incredibly unfortunate play for their squad and an incredibly fortunate play for the Red Boys. Very, very nice. WK Warriors not out of though. We're 28 minutes into this game, folks. Solid start to the tournament. 16 to 19 kills. RaeRae's Sweet 16 in the driver's seat, though. They've still got a couple of Fire Giants left. They've got it on Mercury, and I think that actually might be it. I think he's the only one left with that Fire Giant buff. Fire Giant does come back up in 2 minutes, so Mercury has it left for 1 minute on himself. Morgan looking for some pressure over here on the right-hand side. You're going to see Bologna down to half health again. Tomahawk does have to be careful. He's not that cool. Athena getting a great taunt, though. If they can follow it up with anything, they're not going to be able to. Did they get any actives there? They did. They got actives on Hachi and Morgan. Time Bandit got to find out stable in the back line. Great Vulcan out. Oh, going to put Tweaker back in the back line. Another kill from Time Bandit coming out. And RaeRae's Sweet 16 finds himself way on the back foot. Mini getting himself a kill onto Athena. Scylla looking for the ulti bomb. She does land it. Can she get a second one? She does, but it does not get the reset. Does not put him down. Odin still alive. Gets the shield off. That's a triple kill for Mini. The Hunters are here to play today, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 5-for-1 wipe for the WK Warriors, and they're going to go ahead and grab themselves some creeps. Unfortunately, they've got a lot of creeps pushed in right now. They don't have anything over in right lane. They'll be able to get the tier 2 tower because of their composition right now, but they probably won't be able to get the Phoenix in time. Odin had to back over here and defend against fire creeps, which means that they're going to be able to get this Phoenix a little bit close to back up. They're going to get the T2. They're going to be able to go to this Pyromancer. But while they didn't get any Phoenixes or any big objectives down because they were already down, they did do something very important, which is even this XP and gold difference. Everybody's approaching levels 20s now. Only the supports are not level 20. And Xingtian has a 3-level lead over Athena right now. Mike's been making great plays, but he is significantly far behind in experience. And at 30 minutes, 21 to 20, this game is dead even once again, folks. And we've got the Fire Giant spawning in just 5 seconds, where we will probably find our next engagement. Looks like RaeRae's Sweet 16 might be immediately set up for this, trying to burn it before the WK Warriors even get there. It is the big fire, so it's going to be hard to kill. Quite a few people got knocked up right there on RaeRae's Sweet 16. Hachi's going to make it. Will he be able to do a return steal? He will not get the return steal. They will find the kill. Great Xingtian. Scylla beats are down in the backline. Unstable not going to find anybody with that ulti. And we've got Odin in that backline. Scylla has to dash out. She takes the damage. Great Vulcan ult. Going to go ahead and put some boys down. We've got 1-for-1 right now. Mercury and Morgan find themselves dead. RaeRae's Sweet 16 just trying to get out of this fight. They've got the Fire Giant. They've basically won if they can just get out of this. Bologna getting pounded over there in the solo lane by the Xingtian Hachi. Can they put him down? Doesn't look like it right now. Scylla's actually playing a little bit aggressive, trying to get some kills there. They will find the Bologna, though, getting 2 of those Fire Giants off of them. But Ladoma is pushing back into the mid lane. That's the Odin jump down. He's going to find himself dead for that. And she might be able to rotate right up behind here on the WK Warriors if they stay. They know they're there. They've got the vision with the Itsunami. They can put the pressure on. They can call it out if they want to try to get them before they back. It doesn't look like they're going to. 3 Fire Giants up for RaeRae's Sweet 16. Most importantly, they've got it on their Itsunami. They've got it on their Scylla. Those are the 2 most crucial people. WK Warriors got to come back, push out some minions. As far as the damage charts go right now, not a surprise. Scylla, Morrigan, Vulcan at the top of this list. We've seen some gnarly ults come out from all three of them, providing the damage that their teams need. Not surprising whatsoever. RaeRae's Sweet 16 will have the option to push on this. I would imagine they're going to wait for the Gold Fury to spawn so they can get some of those super creeps. It is 15 seconds on that Oni Fury, so they can get themselves those super buffed creeps coming down the lane before they head into the Phoenixes. But WK Warriors don't seem like they want to give it up so easily. Looks like they might decide to put some pressure on this, actually. Hachi might find himself a little bit out of position. Volcano will come down, not going to hit anybody. Shingtenno will come in and hit some folks, though, but will it be enough? Time Bandit in the backline. Mercury holds in. That could be really bad if he gets caught out. Scylla might dash into this. She's feeling aggressive. Odin in the backline, way by himself. But, oh, Ladoma will find himself taking a bunch of damage. Has no choice. Gets caught out by the Odin cage. Great play from Bandit, forcing the actives and the dash right there, making that a 1-for-1 trade instead of what could have been very, very badly. In fact, WK Warriors will now actually be able to get the pressure here, and they're moving for a tier 2 tower. Hachi still has his ulti up, and so does Athena and Mercury. They might be able to find a little counterfight. Fire Giant still on a couple of members there for RaeRae's Sweet 16. But only for 1 minute longer. Odin getting some proxy farm in the duo lane to try to deal with the creeps. You can see how many creeps are down here already. So they're trying to get rid of all these special red creeps that you can see on the map. They're going to rotate out to all those lanes, try to put them down. Bologna going aggressive here onto Bearded Boyo. I think she just used her ultimate. She did. That's a waste of an ulti there. They were never going to get that kill. Hopefully a fight doesn't break out in the next 40 seconds or so. Or she's going to wish she had that ultimate back up. Odin, let's see. Where's Odin boy? He did not opt to get Blink this game. I think that's been slightly problematic for the WK Warriors. He went with a beads teleport. I think with a Blink, he would have been able to provide a lot more pressure for his team, a lot more pressure for Time Bandit. Being able to blink into that back line, particularly on gods like the Mercury. Even though they've got a Phantom, they only have one. Odin has very good cooldown. He's got, what, 30% cooldown in that build right now, 40% if he has a red pot. So they would have been able to put a lot more pressure onto him. Could end up being a mistake. And both teams are just back to waiting. They're going to get a bunch of wards out. You can see both these squads loaded up on sentry wards as they get placed around the Fire Giant. Trying to get set up for the next large objective. 35 minutes, 24 to 23 kills. XP basically even. Everybody's 20 at this point, except for Athena. Tomahawk once again taking a little bit of pressure there. That he probably didn't need to. Ooh, but a good root combo out from Scylla. Morrigan in the backline, though. Scylla has to beat that. Ooh, Time Bandit uses his ultimate. That might have been too early on the ulti. Shing 10's gonna find Scylla. Scylla does not have her beads up. That's gonna be a Merc on Merc action in the backline. He's trying to ulti to get further into that. Time Bandit still going in onto Scylla. He's gonna find that kill. No problem whatsoever. WK Warriors getting 2 down for nothing right now, and they're all looking pretty dang healthy. Athena might find himself dead if he can't get this dash off. He's not going to be able to. He's getting surrounded, dashing himself right into a Hachi, but the Hachi stun doesn't hit. If that Hachi stun would have hit, that would have been a 3-for-0 trade. Once again, WK Warriors finds themselves on the winning end of the fight. Time Bandit goes over to the mid lane to split push down that tier 2 tower. They've got a bunch of creeps coming up in the mid lane, a bunch of creeps coming up in the solo lane. And 30 seconds on that Scylla death timer. That's a big deal. No Fire Giant, though. So pushing Phoenixes is pretty hard without the Fire Giant up. Itsunami able to push out those creeps in mid as they move in here under the solo lane. Great ulti coming out, taking a lot of damage as Hachi. Bologna tries to ulti him into the back line, not quite going to reach him. Time Bandit looking for that stealth kill. He's going to find it right on it. Itsunami combines that stun with the Vulcan ult perfectly. And they do grab that kill, but they probably won't be able to grab a Phoenix. They get the kill. That's nice. They're very low HP, though. They certainly can't risk going for the Fire Giant. Or can they? If RaeRae's Sweet 16, I mean, they had the ward on it. So now they know that they're doing it. But it doesn't look like RaeRae's Sweet 16 has any intention, actually, of coming to contest this. If they would have followed up on that, that could have been another steal opportunity. They were very low. Interesting choice coming out to not move forward. I know they had their Itsunami down, but that was a lot of abilities, a lot of ultis, a lot of actives down. So they are going to give the Fire Giant over to the WK Warriors. And now the lead has pretty much switched. This game, which was in the grasp of RaeRae's Sweet 16, has now switched over to the WK Warriors with that Fire Giant and all 5 members. It is now them in the driving seat, and it's going to be their game to lose right now. As far as Phoenix Assault goes, Vulcan is good at attacking Phoenixes and defending Phoenixes. Of course, Odin, very good at both attacking and defending Phoenixes. Our red boys don't have a super good defense squad. They don't have any mages like a Kukulkan, Pooch, etc. that thrive on clearing those minions. Scylla can do an okay job of it, throwing down the crush and waiting for the minions to come into it. But I would be pretty scared right now if I was RaeRae's Sweet 16 trying to defend these Phoenixes. Obviously, they've got to give up the Tier 1 and Tier 2. Who cares about that? Gold is almost not relevant at this point in the game. Both teams have full builds. Both teams have a lot of potions popped. I'm sure quite a few have 3K potions popped. So there's no worries on that front. Gonna finish up these towers, get that Titan to be just a little bit squishier. And then we have what could be the final fight of the game. 40 minutes. Shoving the duo lane Phoenix is the WK Warriors. Will Bandit be able to find a combination here with his Vulcan and Odin? He's over just right now pushing up the waves in the solo lane. They're trying to push up as many waves as they can. They've got a good bit of time on the Fire Giant. They've got a solid 2 minutes left. So they're not in any rush right now. Odin trying to jump over that wall. Looks like he just misclicked. Taking it slow, pushing up all 3 waves. Trying to get everybody good. Lodoma is still crushing it on that Scylla. 10 and 5. Tweaker had that one amazing fight over at the Fire Giant. Other of that, hasn't quite find himself as successful in these other fights compared to Mini Ozzy has really found his stride. 9 and 2. Time Bandit as expected. 10 and 5 right now. And Vulcan, as this game has gone later and later, has really found his target practice unto Red Squad with those ultis, landing them more and more consistently on more and more people. WK Warriors, though, is scared. Look at this. They've only got 1 minute left on that Fire Giant, and they're backing. That means that basically they've opted to not push a Phoenix. It looks like they would rather go ahead and just wait for another Fire Giant fight. They seem to be more comfortable fighting in that jungle. They've been winning a lot of fights over there. And they don't want to risk going for a Phoenix push. I get it. Phoenix pushing is very scary right now. It's very scary. There's a reason why RaeRae's is nerfing Phoenix backdoor protection. When you have the Fire Giant, it's because it's so hard to get creeps to be alive in the Phoenix range to get rid of those backdoor protections. Bellona actually in a risky spot. If she doesn't do something, yeah, she's got a back right now. Right now, look how speedy that Morrigan is. Just not quite able to get there in time. You see now the full power of that leveled up Karen's coin for that 8% movement speed. The bonus movement speed from the Doom Orb. The speed potion. That is a very, very fast Morrigan right there. Almost made it over in time. Now the question becomes, will RaeRae's Sweet 16 contest this Fire Giant? They didn't contest the last one, though they didn't have their full team up. There's no reason for WK Warriors to do anything right now besides just push up lanes while they're kind of waiting. for this Fire Giant. Ooh, Tomahawk Warrior will find himself in a bad spot, though. Time Bandit has caught him out. The full squad is here. Bellona ultis might get her away in time. Scylla, if she can find the Rue combo, might be able to save. Does not save their Bellona. That is an unfortunate pick off there. Will probably mean that the WK Warriors get a Fire Giant for free. RaeRae's Sweet 16 not quite doing as good as his job as they need to. Staying grouped together. Wow. Another pickoff for Morgan at the Phoenix line against the Tsunami. Wow, that was unfortunate for the WK Warriors. 4 members over there grabbing that Fire Giant while Bandit comes over to take all of these buffs in the jungle. Only 3 members up currently for RaeRae's Sweet 16, and that's a 50-second death timer on Tsunami. That could prove to be problematic. As Bandit goes to shove up that duo lane, he does have the ultimate up, which means he could turn into Mercury and ulti basically all the way across this into the solo lane. They're going to force this fight right now. There's no reason not to. They've got 5v3 if they play this correctly. Scylla has to use her beads right there against the Xing 10 ulti. Unfortunately, this Phoenix is definitely dead. They just need to give it up. There's no way they defend it while they're waiting for their Tsunami to come up. They can go look to defend that mid Phoenix. Unfortunately, Morgan with that Polynomicon is chunking that Phoenix. Holy bajolies. That's going to be 2 free Phoenixes. Tweaker is coming back up. He is back alive. They've got the 5v5 now. They have to push back up and defend this last Phoenix. They can't afford to give it up. Scylla has no bead, so she needs to be careful. She needs to get somebody in front of her. Good poke out there on the Xing 10. Odin jumping in. He does not have his cage up, though. This Phoenix will find itself falling real quick. Great Athenaton. That's going to be beads down on Hachi, and he's at half HP. Phoenix at half HP itself. They need to start forcing this fight before the fire creeps start showing up in all the other lanes. Itsunami going to miss her ulti, unfortunately. Time Bandit turns into Mercury. Huge Vulcan ult in the back line. Huge Xing 10 ult. Huge combos. Oh, Ladama finds the Scylla ulti, though. If he can stay alive, he might be able to save this game. They've still got 3. They're trying to get into their fountain. They can't quite make it right now. All 3 Phoenixes are down for RaeRae's Sweet 16, but the WK Warriors might have to back up right here. They won't be able to end the game. Itsunami trying to find any last kills that she can. Unfortunately, not going to be able to push it all the way up. 45 minutes into this game. 3 Phoenixes down for RaeRae's Sweet 16, but they're not out of it yet, folks. They do defend the Titan. They just don't defend their Phoenixes. Holy cow. Both of these teams want to move on to the next round, and by golly, both of them deserve to move on to the next round. Incredible plays coming out, but only one of them will be able to move on to the round of 8. This is the round of 16, ladies and gentlemen. Just to throw that out there. That's right. Round of 16. And where games are this good, this is going to be a stellar month of games, folks. Wow. As far as damage comes out, you see 40,000 player damage there on Morgan. Leaps and bounds above the next player, which is going to go ahead and be Ladoma. They're at 30,000 on Scylla. The absolute map presence that Time Bandit has had this game is really making the difference. What they need to do is they need to find a way to get unstable into these fights with big crits. He's just unfortunately getting picked off and not able to get the damage off. If he can get one big Merc ult out, one big Merc ult into one big punch, he has to be the one punch man for his team. If he can find something on the Vulcan, on the Morgan, on the Hachi, he can make it happen. Scylla has been providing the damage every fight. You see that 3K pot that she's getting ready to pop. Time Bandit continuously looking out for pickoffs and farm. Anybody that moves an inch past that Phoenix line will find themselves in his grasp. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They might just wait on the Fire Giant and the Oni Fury. It looks like they're waiting on the Oni Fury until they're ready to push. So they want to keep that up. It's a smart strategy. You wait to do the Oni Fury until you're ready to go for that game-ending push. So that way you have those leveled up creeps when you need them and you don't waste them beforehand. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Your Titan's under attack. You see that Chaos Titan up there? 6,500 health. That's basically one rotation of abilities from Morgan at this point. So they're going to need to be very careful with that. You see them splitting up their team right here. 3 people going for Fire Giant, 2 people going for the Gold Fury. They want to try to snag these basically at the same time, so they get those Oni Fury creeps pushing up while we get the Fire Giant respawning, so they get the Fire Giant buff. They can push into it. They will be all three Phoenixes up, though. For RaeRae's Sweet 16, they'll have all 5 members, all 3 Phoenixes. They will have an opportunity to properly defend. As long as somebody doesn't push up and get picked off, they know what's going to be happening. No reason for anybody on this squad to move up past that Phoenix range. You can see the wards coming out. Great ward coverage from RaeRae's Sweet 16. Boom, in the lane. Boom, in the jungle. Boom, in the jungle. Boom, in the lane. Boom, in the jungle. Boom, in the lane. Absolutely love to see that ward coverage. That is top tier SPL ward coverage right there for this push. As the W Key Warriors make their way forward, Time Bandit, of course, looking for some sort of pick off, even if he has to go super aggressive up at a tower line. RaeRae's Sweet 16, hopefully not going to fall for that again as we get ready for these boys to move into a 50-minute team fight. They're shoving down that dual lane, getting the most important Phoenix first. That's going to be a blink in from Time Bandit, instantly killing Scylla. That could be it. Unfortunately, Time Bandit going to find himself dead for it, but a one-shot on the Tweaker, baby. That's going to be a 3-for-1 trade right now. Xingtian throwing back that Athena. They're diving in for the Titan. There's no way that Bologna and Athena can defend against this. What a wild game, folks. Congratulations to the W Key Warriors on their hard-earned victory in the first game, the round of 32 here in this tournament. Congratulations, and what a game played from RaeRae's Sweet 16. Wonderful, wonderful gameplay. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed about. That felt like a finals match right there, and we haven't even gotten into the round of 16 yet. What a great game from both of those teams. We see the stats here at the end. Vulcan damage really kicking it up a notch as that game continued. 37,000, of course, Time Bandit with that 44. Scylla with 30,000 damage, and Itsunami with 22 herself. Mercury just couldn't find his stride there. Had 5 kills, but only 10,000 damage. He just couldn't find a way to get in on those team fights in the right spot. Gonna be leading to the W Key Warriors.